He was speaking German when you were disconnected at the one point.
Oh, well,
So,
then that...
could be.
Well, but still, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, having said that, HasuObs is going to be spawning in the top left as the yellow Protoss. Going to have SC from representing Team FXO down in the bottom right. So again, max spawn distance. Outside of game number 1, this has been the second time we've seen this. This is a big deal, as this, again, is a very large map. So lots of running room. Obviously, we have that quick natural. We'll probably see both players take that, especially once they realize where both parties are. And overall, I mean, because of the way the Zelnar watchtowers are, we'll see this top left and bottom right one taken most of the time. Not to say that we won't see the top right and bottom left ones taken either, but just because we are at this angle, this cross position basically, that is the one. Those are the ones to take for starters. Although, having said that, drops and banshees are going to be very hard to utilize, just based on the fact that you have to go so far out and around. So this is going to be interesting. Obviously, proxy pylon is going to be having a huge effect here for quick reinforcements. So definitely, to some degree at least, how this map is set up, HasuObs has a little bit of an advantage. However, having said that, FXOSc has a huge advantage in terms of, being able to get more units out, getting a better wall off, overall fortifying himself a lot quicker.
Oh, and looks like he will be going for the
that's what I was expecting.
expansion.
So, which is going to make a difference. So probably won't see any quick harassment, but we're going to see a lot more macro play out of SC. So we're going to see probably more tanks and Marines. Maybe even see the Banshees built, but not used as harassment, but more as in the normal unit composition like we saw in Metalopolis. So should be good stuff. But Cybernetics core going down. Obviously, we're not seeing any indications of a wall. Obviously, we usually don't, but sometimes we do. Just because of the natural or something like that is taken. And you're going to see 2 Raxes going down. No
So
orbital yet.
Yeah, we
Obviously,
could be
since
seeing
the
the
Rax
2
usually
racks, or we could be seeing a 3 racks very soon. Depends on what this next SCV will be doing. It will be the 3 racks.
So kind of interesting that we're going to see 3 Raxes right off the bat. Obviously, no gas being taken. This probe needs to be stopped before that gas is realized, and unfortunately, it's not going to be, as the Marines are not going to get there in time. He is food blocked, though. He's going to be he's not going for a wall off. Interesting. And Probe going to get all the information it needs. He is going. Hasu is going for his expansion, so getting that underway.
And this probe will be going home with the information that it did want. I don't believe that SC has found his opponent. No, he hasn't. He's still scaling up north, or northeast there. So we will not be seeing exactly where HasuObs is just yet. But that's not too much of a big deal because he just wants to get this marine count out. In case of that overzealous Stalker and Zealot composition, that pop out very early in the game to do some harassment. And but right now we have 3/4 of the way down the Nexus. But in the meantime, SC does have his expansion down with 2 meals mining from it as well. So this is looking fairly even, but on the econ side, of course, SC will be it.
Wow, that's actually a big take there. That SC was not even allowed to even get up the ramp. So right now SC is completely in the dark. He may actually burn a scan here, and we're actually going to see a 2-gate robo coming out for Hasu. So he's actually cut a gateway out of the equation. We saw a little bit earlier gas as well. So we're going to see potentially some either fast Colossus or just major amounts of Immortals coming in here with just the 2-gate. We should be seeing a 3rd gate come in behind this though. As we do see the mineral count, or I'm sorry, the worker count get increased. Stalker going to get chased off. There is a bunker going down at the front. That will be needed here quite quickly. You can see that Stalker is just like, all right, well, if you're going to let me, I'll just go ahead and take these rocks. Don't mind me. And the Marines are like, we don't know what to do in this situation. We've been trained for this. And finally...
oh, there we go.
There we go.
So Marines will be chasing it away. Oh, HasuObs should have migrated away a little bit earlier there, but a little bit dangerous. But very smart play to go for the structural rocks. It wouldn't have taken him too many shots. Only 100 shots for its Stalker to take down some rocks of its own.
Looks like the bunker being salvaged just because of he was pretty much just using that for a potential 4-gate. Now obviously he's not seeing that type of pressure. Double refinery going out, engineering bay going in, so we're Going to see some upgrades. So 3 gas down off in a factory. So we're going to see 2 tech labs and reactor. So double Marauder crank along with potentially siege tanks in this group. And with this much gas, I would assume we're going to see siege tanks, along with level 1 weapon upgrades being researched. But he has to be careful here. He's actually food blocked right now, so he's actually supply blocked. And he is getting numerous supply depots down, so going to be alleviating that quite quickly. But looks like Observer is out on the board, so Cloak Banshee's not going to be a problem, or going to be somewhat of a non-issue. And there are Colossus on the way.
Yeah, right now Starport only a quarter of the way done, and like you said, Banshee's not going to be able to do too much. But we did see a lot in that last game, even though it was close air positions, that Banshees did work very well, especially since that Observer count wasn't too high. Observer is not as fast as a Banshee, of course, so it can't move as fast. So won't be able to chase him around, but here we go. Observer going to be making its way into SC's base. HasuObs going to see exactly what's going on, going to see that this is very saturated, and see the building composition, which is exactly the intel he needs, so he knows what to do to counter this.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing some Vikings here. I did see a scan going down and happen, so he does know that the Robe was out. He has to only assume that there's going to be Colossus coming, so he's just doing a double crank of Medivacs, actually. So that's completely wrong, but should be getting the Vikings out behind this as soon as he gets a couple Medivacs, just for that support. At least that would be the smart thing to do. Having said that, Forge going down, 2 more gateways going down, which will bring the count to 5, or no, 4, no, 5. There we go. I didn't pan up fast enough. There we go. So, second Colossus is going to be out. No real Chrono Boost being used on this natural Nexus right now. So, a 6 gateway going in. So, going to see a 6 gate with Colossus support. Always good stuff. 2 Colossus already out on the board. And level 1 weapons going down for SC. We do have Concussive Shell just about finished, along with combat shields. So, Twilight Council coming to play. Probably going to see some charge lots. If not, some High Templar out behind the end of this. And 2 more barracks actually going down for FXOSc.
This is pretty big, though, by SC. Drop going to be going down, and he could be able to exploit this this third expansion here from the HasuObs. He'll actually just be able to move up north. He did stall a little bit. Maybe going to be...
well, I hate to cut you off with that, but the reason he's stalling is he actually has a second drop moving in on the east side. So he's going to try to do a double pin. He was actually waiting for the medevac to finish. And obviously because of that distance gap, you have to time this perfectly. So he's going to move this in first. And I'm actually surprised he's moving it in this quickly, as the other one has not gotten there. And there's going to be the counter stem in, and you're going to see him load up and ship out. And Hasu's going to be like, yeah, eat that. And now we're going to see this other one probably come in here. And there is a cannon down here. There are 2 actually. And he's going to drop right on top of it. Ooh.
It's not looking too good for this medevac. Needs to drop right now.
Oh, no! 1 Marine did not make it out alive. So
that is
the
unfortunate.
forces are stuck there. They're going to try to get as many probes as possible. But I think if it's causes, that would be a big deal. Unfortunately, the cells can come in and clean that up. So kind of a bad drop on SC. However, that does force another split by Hasu. So he went into the natural as well, looking at off those pushes. 7 workers killed and 10 units compared to the 12 units that Hasu just took out. So, I mean, looking at losses right now, 975 to 875, so pretty close. Looking at economy, 62 to 57, so fairly close there as well. So, if nothing else, SC has kind of just basically pulled Hasu back into the back into line with himself. But having said that, we're going to keep this going. High Templar, or Templar of the Archives rather, on the way. 2 Vikings getting cranked immediately. And how many does he have out on the field right now? 2 already. There is that slowdown again. I don't know how to alleviate that. Ghost coming in. I'm gonna have to turn off SLI again. That's just
yeah. The weird thing about that is that it's not slowing down the game for me or anyone. It's just saying it. It's
I'm serious. I think it's a false. I think it's a false positive. That's just what I'm gonna go with. It's annoying still though, because
yeah, the players have to read it too, right? And they'll be like, well, what's going on? But as we can see, there's even a supply blockage going down for SC, which could hurt on
he
here.
Just alleviated that and he immediately filled it.
Yeah.
So going for a third base, it looks like, as he is actually behind because Hasu does have his third already established. And this debris actually going in. We usually don't see this done.
Another drop though.
Yeah, drop
going
gonna have
down
to be
around the
taken,
third.
and cannon will go down. Pylon gonna go down as well. And there is the food block.
Yeah, this guy should be pretty big here. As there is another drop going to be going down here. Could supply block him even more if he drops right here and takes down this pylon, which he will. These medivacs do have a lot of energy here. High Templar going down, and they could have done feedback.
Yeah,
well
hadn't
done
finished
with the micro.
spawning, but it doesn't matter. Wow, nice snipe by Hasu.
Yeah.
A completely full transport, so that's going to be a lot of lost units for SC. It's just the fact, it's the annoyance. It's the fact that I have to keep paying attention to 3 bases at the same time, and I can't push out the way I want to. This is basically what is going through HasuObs' mind. He finally takes care of it, and we're seeing push, but this is given time for SC to build up this Viking count, which he desperately needed, as the Colossus would roll through everything else pretty much. There's a Ghost out on the field as well, 2 actually. So they're going to be spawning up in pairs. And obviously, too, if you haven't been paying attention to MLG today, Genro did launch. There has been nukes today, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a nuke coming in from SC. Although has Cloak been researched? No, it has not. So not necessarily a possibility unless he's got some cover.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and speaking of the MLG match, that was very cool. 2 nukes. 1 nuke took down at least 30 probes at an expansion, and the second one taking down most of his opponent's army. So that was
defensive nuke
definitely
at that.
really cool.
It was yeah, it was amazing. So if you guys missed that match, basically what happened was it was on Tal'Darim, and Genro was in a defensive position, and the nuke went down, and he nabbed like 4 Colossus and a bunch of other units at the end, and I can't remember who he was playing, but it's funny because the other person ended up winning, but it was one of those things. One of the Koreans.
Yeah,
anyways.
definitely a very cool match. Go to the MLG and watch the VODs. You'll find it for sure.
Oh, SCV's being sacrificed. Oh, again, a little bit too soon. And SC does like to send those in early to an untimely death.
It is not a nice day to be an SCV on the SC side, but Storm going down, kind of like a "you shall not pass" from this High Templar here, and he just wants to wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Although he did burn a stem, there was 4 units that stemmed in, trying to force the overcommit. Didn't happen. And these Marauders are going to try to do something. They have 1-1 comparatively to 1-2. And that is actually going to make a difference here with those Marauders. Oh, High Templar are going to try to move in. There's the stem pack, trying to force the overcommit, the over-accelerate. Oh, nice. Oh, nice EMP. Unfortunately, didn't get the sentries.
Oh, kind of a wasted.
Oh, nice snipe.
Oh, snipe. After that High Templar wasted
headshot.
its Storm.
Yeah, another stem coming in. He's just stemming in little groups, trying to throw it off, trying to get some mobility going here, playing in favor. There we go. Now we're still not going to see that major engagement. There's the Storms all right on top. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen feedback onto the Ghost. That would be the more prominent thing to do instead of Storm. He's trying too hard to take out groups of units.
He just took down like at least 5 Ghosts at once there, though, with one of his Storms
there's
at
the
the
feedback. There's
cost.
another Ghost loss.
Yeah.
But these Ghosts have full energy, and that's the problem I'm having with this. But wow.
Oh, these Storms.
Oh my goodness, the Storms have weakened all these units, which means these medevacs are going to burn all of their energy pretty much.
Which will allow HasuObs to pull ahead just a little bit here. As you can see, yes, SC does have a lot of units out on the field, but they are in the yellow, and it's going to force these medivacs to burn this, which will technically just make his forces yet weaker, because he just won't have the medivacs to juice this up. But, well, 100 energy is still a lot.
Dropping down to take out this proxy pylon, at least what he thinks is a proxy pylon. But there's actually a base down at the bottom, and all these Vikings are going to get annihilated. And this is actually going to turn the table in favor of HasuObs because he doesn't have the Vikings now for the Colossus. And that is going to make this very difficult. Now, he does have the Marauders and the EMPs. That will help. But having those Vikings, they're definitely security in this. And with those sentries especially, because they do have so much energy. Oh, blink up. There's the Storm. And another stim pack coming in. Can't quite get it.
Actually, currently on the field, there's no Colossus right now, so Vikings can now remass if he so chooses. But he is going to be going for this expansion here. It's not going to be enough cannons, of course, to defend against this
nice storm,
beautiful storm, though.
And another storm. And wow, the Marauders just going to walk right into it. 2 cannons, so we canceled in time. The rest of it was annihilated. And now we're seeing another Nexus drop, but we're almost at 30-minute mark again, which makes this really ridiculous. And two towers actually going up. Oh, here comes that force in behind it, and there's nowhere actually for SC to run to, or Hasu, technically speaking. There's only one way out. So it is going to be all
could lift up his units.
Probably going to be the GG here. Oh, nice.
Oh, the EMP is going down. Could change the fate of this battle, which it is. As you can see, the Marauders overpowering these units here. And Archon falling back,
nice
but it might
stim,
be taken down.
This is very risky. What's going to happen, though? More pros being taken down. And wow, level 3 armor now being researched with level 2 weapons almost completed.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very huge right now. I mean, the Marauder count is just huge. I haven't seen any Colossus in production for a long time, even though all the Vikings were sniped out on the field. Maybe he's just a little bit nervous that there's going to be some more Vikings to snipe them off. But right now, he's forced to use his own probes.
Oh, he's dropping a couple out. There's that one medevac that is really injured, so he doesn't want to load that up in that. He doesn't want to get one-shotted. Marine will be loaded up here as well. There is a Nexus that will go down in its place where that battle just happened. And if SC were to stick around, he would get that canceled. But he's going to go ahead and keep pushing and go for this natural. There's a photon cannon here to prevent a little bit of a little bit of a drop. But he's going to try to stay outside of that. You see the sensor tower is showing up. Zealot trying to warp in. The sensor tower are going to be seeing all that. And, wow. And Marauder barely survives. And we're seeing another group up here. But HasuObs is not wanting to give in here. Level 3 weapons and armor now under research. As it is 2-3 for Hasu for his upgrades. And more ghosts coming into play.
Yeah, the upgrades are definitely a huge factor here, but Marauders, as you do know, Marauders, one Marauder counter is one Stalker, and this Marauder count is a lot larger than the Stalker count, and of course the aid of these medivacs. As you can see, that Storm did almost absolutely nothing.
4 ghosts on the back side of this. This is going to be nasty, especially with all these medevacs. Now, if he were to use feedback, these medevacs have so much energy stored up. I guarantee you at least half of these would
and there's a drop going on in the main, though.
Yeah, and this is going to basically force an overcommit from Hasu. He's going to draw everything back, and that's going to allow this force that's in the middle to actually push forward. So it's going to cause a split, and now it is really going to come down to SC basically forcing HasuObs to make a choice, and that choice has been to defend the main army that is going to be heading in the middle, which is going to allow this drop, as small as it may be, to actually get something done. So in the meantime, Storm's coming in. You heard a couple snipes going off as well. There's no more Storms coming into play. Obviously not very good against medevacs, but the Marauders just continuing to push through, and I have to say that HasuObs is not looking good here, but the last time I said that, he actually won the game. So we'll see what happens. We are approaching that 30-minute marker, though.
Yeah, but not looking good for HasuObs. For the main drop that was inside of his own main base has been successful, clearing out the second base. And this main push from SE is doing a ton of damage. I don't think HasuObs has any chance to really take this down.
Nice feedbacks, though.
And there's GG.